All about cooking, all about nutrition, and all about you. Enjoy the show. Today's show brought to you by Fit to Love. How to get physically, emotionally, and spiritually fit to attract the love of your life. Get your copy today. Today's show, healthy peanut butter cups. Well, who doesn't want a healthier version of a peanut butter cup? Well, unless you love your peanut butter cups, I understand. But we on this show are paleo, and we want you to have the best possible food for your system, to enjoy it while you're eating it, and to get the best results for your body. So, Jeannie, tell us about these healthy peanut butter cups.
So this was my challenge. I really was a secret peanut butter cup lover. Like, people who know me know that I used to sneak in and get a little Reese's and put it in my purse and eat it before I got home. And it was like my secret love. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to do this paleo diet, I really want to go and like figure out how I can make that flavor without having a lot of the sugar chocolate rush that I used to get afterwards. So I think I did it. I think I've got it. So
I'm ready to try it.
So I'm going to show you the 4 ingredients that we're using because it's simple, you guys. So the first one that really makes a difference is I'm using an extra dark chocolate, and Lindt is a really great Swiss brand. And one of the things that I love about this brand is that it's got a really clean taste. So when it says 85%, what that means for you to understand is that it's one of the lowest in sugar. So a square of this chocolate, which let's just go ahead and show you what that looks like, is only it's only like 2 grams of sugar. So like this is like that square right there.
It's 2 grams of sugar?
Yeah.
2 grams of sugar?
Yeah, so it's actually 2 of these. So 2 of these. So it's 1 gram per bar. So it's dark. And most of us don't really like that dark flavor unless we have a little something sweet with it. So to balance that out, what we're going to do is we're going to melt this chocolate, and then we're going to make a combination of almond butter, which I just got the natural almond butter that, you know, comes from almonds. I get it at Whole Foods, and so
right out of the grinder.
Right, so it comes that way. But what I'm mixing it with is that I didn't want to have that rush that you get with sugar. So whenever you go ahead and take something that's sweet and you combine it with a protein from whey, is what I'm using here, and a fat, you're going to slow down how quickly that sugar gets into your bloodstream. And why that matters is that you don't get that rush. You don't get that high followed by that low. So we're trying to keep everybody smooth and easy. So I used a little bit of whey protein, but I know you're somebody that's sensitive to whey, so a couple things you could do. If you didn't want to use the whey, you could use something like a little bit of almond flour, or you could use some coconut flour.
Well, we have Sun Warrior Raw vegan protein has a vanilla flavor.
We could do that? Sure, yeah. So you could just use something so that you're getting some of the protein. And honestly, I'm going to be just putting in like a half a scoop here, and to that I'm going to add in like a tablespoon of the almond butter. And the hardest part of this whole recipe is being able to go ahead and mix this together without eating it, because that's part of it.
So what was already in there?
I just had some that I had made earlier, so it's just a combination.
So we're just a little bit more.
Right, so we're going to just stretch it out. So I'm just mixing this until it gets to the point where it's, you know, it gets a little messy, folks. So, you know, you could do this in a bigger jar, bigger container, but, you know.
I'm the messy chef, don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the lazy chef, so you can be messy and I'll be lazy.
Oh, a new show!
I want something.
A lazy and messy chef that eats so well. They're so happy.
I want something that I can make, and like literally I'm ready to eat this like in 15 minutes, and you could almost do that. So that's our filling. So this is going to be our, what was like the Reese's filling.
Yep.
So the only thing I need to do here is just show you what I did. I took this chocolate bars, I took a half of it, and I melted it, and I put it into like a little container of water, just put it into the microwave, and I just gave it a minute and it's already melted. If you didn't have a microwave, you're somebody who doesn't want to microwave something for a minute, I mean, you could just put this into a pot, you know, heat up the water and just let this sit in there for a few minutes and the chocolate's going to melt. I also have, this is a silicone container. This is something in which it just makes it easier when you make these to just pop them out. So this is one I made earlier, and you know, it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that. If you didn't have a silicone container, you could just use like a little mini muffin cup, just like a mini muffin cup.
In the metal.
You put it in the middle, sure.
Okay.
You don't need to put the paper or anything.
Question about this, because I've always been concerned about like plastic and stuff like that.
This is not being heated.
Okay, and that's why. That's a difference. We're not putting this in the oven.
Nope.
It's only for freezing things.
Right, and this is silicone, and even in cooking silicone, I wouldn't want to use that because I don't want any plastic. But for this purpose, it's only going to sit in here for about 30 minutes, and you're going to go ahead and pop it out.
Right, but like you said, no heat. But we're not recommending to people really don't want to be heating this, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
please, people, you get plastic in your food. Don't use these for heating. Use them for freezing.
So this one's all ready to go, and I put it into just something in which it's easier to pour out. So you're going to just let's make 4 of them. How about that, JJ? And then we'll take our sauce and
chocolate sauce, and it's just chocolate in there, right?
This is just that lint, and it pours pretty easy. And if it started to go ahead and freeze up, then you just put it back in and just reheat it. And then all you're going to do here is just take this stuff tastes really good, but just make a little patty, and we're going to lay it on top. And so let's just make 3 of them, and then we're just going to put our covers on. We're going to put a top on it. And I actually am kind of playing around with this. This was one in which the other day I just took some balls. I took some of this ball and just like dipped it into chocolate, and that tasted really good. So
like a Buckeye. Have you had a Buckeye?
Yeah, exactly. So God, they are good. So let's just we'll pour some sauce on top. So we just made 3, but we've got enough ingredients here to make 8. Put that on. Sometimes people, struggle to try to get that last little bit out. This is where, if you've got any grandkids, if you've got kids, if you're a big kid, you just go ahead and just
use a little spatula to get the rest of that out.
Right.
Yeah, good.
So that's a process. What I do after this is I just you can stick it in the freezer. They'll be done in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you stick it in the refrigerator, give it about 45 minutes. Try to find something to do. Take your mind off of those peanut butter cups. But
and these are the finished product?
I'd like you to try one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Couple things to realize about this and why I love this product is that if you were to go and buy a Reese's, one of these is about 150, per bar, but you're getting 21 grams of
sugar,
of carbohydrates, but most of that is sugar. This you're getting 1.5 grams of sugar. 1.5 grams of sugar.
That's crazy. And we're getting protein.
Yeah, we're getting protein. You got 5 grams of protein, so you're not getting that big sugar rush that you often do. And this is something that if it was a holiday, like you could do something at Valentine's Day or at the holidays, you could go and make this, put it into a heart mold, and be able to give the people that you love something that's a really great healthy alternative to your Reese's. So are you sold?
Well, I have a heart mold.
Yeah.
I can do something with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this is this for me is huge. My husband and I love chocolate, and we're so delighted that we found this recipe because it's something that we can put together in just a few minutes.
Thank you. Okay, everyone.
You can make this, everyone. You can
try it. Let us know if you love it. Healthy peanut butter cups. The Fit to Love podcast show offers you 6 days a week of helpful content to achieve the happy life you deserve. Movement Mondays and Tasty Tuesdays are weekly videocasts, while Wellness Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Freedom Fridays, and Sexy Saturdays are audio-only shows themed every week to address your holistic life and needs. If the show inspired you, we would love for you to share it and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. Head on over to fittolove.tv for recaps of every show, resources, and to join the community. That's FIT, the number 2, LOVE.TV. Have a fit and fabulous day.